Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And pretty much what you see here is an article from Reuters.com dealing with Elon Musk's, NL, the link implant. Let me try to read it as best as I can. I got to be careful with these words because YouTube picks up these certain keywords and then they come for your channel. Anyway, it says Elon Musk's Neuralink plants brain C-hip in first human. Okay, which this is, typically when you have instances like this, the first milestone is like a big deal, and then the rest sort of just move quickly after that. But this is definitely a major step in prophecy, okay, because we know that this is a leading to the complete fulfillment of prophecy, which is them ultimately bringing this out, the C-hip, okay, either in your hand, or your head, your brain, or really any part of your body, okay, but the main conventional parts would be your hand or your brain. And once they normalize it, they mandate it, as we know, according to Revelation 13 and 16, that's pretty much going to be that one final prerequisite before the nuclear destruction. Now, with everything that we see going on in the East, the tensions building up, and the U.S. being over there, Iran getting active, Israel, all of that, it's interesting. I mean, it's not surprising that articles on this situation are rising up now, okay, because the Lord is really stirring things up. So let me read a little bit of this. It says the first human patient has received a plant from the B.C.I startup Neuralink on Sunday and is recovering well, the company's billionaire founder Elon Musk said. Initial results show promising neural spike detection, Musk said in a post on the social media platform X on Monday. Spikes are activity by neurons, which the NIH describes as cells that use electrical and chemical signals to send information around the brain and to the body. The U.S. FDA had given the company clearance.
Tear into it.
All right.
A new adventure. A new discovery. It's all.
Anyway, where are we at? Right, had given the company clearance last year to conduct its first trial to test its plant on humans. Okay, now ask yourself, wait, why would the FDA give them clearance to do something like this? Well, as you keep on reading, you'll see the angle at which they're breaking into this new sector with. Okay, it's not with something trivial or something that people don't care about, like just like, oh, we just want to test it for fun. You're talking about things like helping people that are paralyzed, helping paraplegics, like allowing people to be able to control like computers and keyboards and stuff with their mind, like things that are basically close to performing these sort of miraculous feats, where somebody that maybe went to war, came back, had lost limbs or whatever it is, they can build these special kind of prosthetics, and the person can control it with their implant just as they would their normal hands. Okay, and when they pitch it in such a way, then the benefits start to rise, and some people might consider it to outweigh the risks. But we know that ultimately they were going to go this route anyway because it's prophecy. See, the prophecy that we're going to read in Revelation 13 and 16, when we say prophecy, we're talking about events that are in the future that were seen by the men of the Lord in the past, either via vision or a dream or whatever it is. They saw things that were happening in the future. things that are happening or things that would happen ahead of us, meaning in our future as well. So if, for example, the Apostle John saw the use of this B.C.I, this plant, okay, in people, and people being denied services based on that, he already saw that. That's happened. Okay, he saw that in the future. It's like you open up a door into the future, you see what's going on over there, and then you close the door again. You know that regardless of what you see now in the present, what's awaiting you is what's written over there. Okay, so regardless of how they pitch it or what they say, it's going to end up in this one very, endpoint, this one future. Okay. Right. So it says here, a critical milestone in the startup's ambitions to help patients overcome paralysis and a host of neurological conditions. Yeah. So, I mean, if you think about it, then people would be more willing to allow their brains to be tempered with if it can possibly give them the ability to walk again or move again, right? Or even see their loved one, be able to move again. See? And a host of neurological conditions. In September, Neuralink said it received approval for recruitment for the human trial. The study uses a robot to surgically place a B.C.I, a brain-computer interface, plant in a region of the brain that controls the intention to move. Neuralink said previously, adding that its initial goal is to enable people to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. And guess what Elon Musk wants to call this, or at least said he would call it telepathy, right? The first product, let's read it. It says the plant's ultrafine threads help transmit signals in participants' brains. Yeah, similar to how you have wires in a computer that transmit signals from one part to the other. Neuralink has said the first product from Neuralink would be called telepathy. Isn't that interesting? Musk said in a separate post on X. The startup's prime study is a trial for its wireless B.C.I to evaluate the safety of the plant and surgical robot. Neuralink did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for further details. So basically, it's, this is like a first step. And once they're able to, like, if you think about even the ability for people to have virtual reality headsets, iPhones nowadays are so advanced, computers nowadays can do so much, like all of these different things. People didn't have like FaceTime, and video calls in the past. In the past when they were first figuring out how, to send messages, and communicate over, long distance using signals, like all of these different things, it took the first step. Oh, okay, wow, we can manipulate and harness, electricity and build circuits to cause things to do this. Oh, okay, then we build on top of that. So once they have that first step, they just build on top of it, and then it becomes, a much faster progression, because they've already sort of, built. It's like when you're digging for water, or you're digging a well, and you finally hit that one hole, and then that little bit of water starts to squirt out. At that point, everything is easier now. You just keep digging, and just more water keeps coming out. As opposed to like the 29 hours you spent ahead before you finally got to the point where that either oil or water or whatever started to come out. So once that first, product comes forth, everything else moves faster, and it's easier to build off of that. Okay. So with this that they're pushing, I mean, we're in February, or actually we're still in January, right? So, there's a lot that we can see happen going forward, but this is one major step in the direction of prophecy, okay, towards the fulfillment of it. And what they're doing is they're bringing it out, they first have to make it like a normal regular product, and then eventually, interesting, and then eventually, they're gonna mandate it, but it's gonna move quick. It's gonna be fast. Now, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep." It doesn't mean to literally wake up out of sleep, okay, but it means to wake up out of that sleep state, okay, that sleep mindset. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Yeah, because our salvation is going to come with the Lord. And when ultimately he's going to deliver us first and foremost from the destruction, which is going to be the nuclear destruction, okay, and then onwards from there. But we know that the destruction is not going to hit until this, okay, comes to pass, until this is implemented and made mandatory, okay, for everybody. All right. But we know that if our salvation is nearer than when we believed, then the things that are going to happen before our salvation are even closer than we believe. Okay, real quick, let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. "And he causeth all," I'm just going to actually, let's see. Yeah, let's read this. Revelation 13 and 14. It says, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live." So they have the ability, right, like it says, to deceive them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do. The miracles that he had power to do, the power that he had to perform these miracles is his technology. Being able to give somebody who has suffered like neurological damage, to give them the ability to, or who has been paralyzed, to give them the ability to move again, to give them the ability to control technology with their mind. These are all, miraculous things. But through their technology, they're able to achieve these things. Okay, or at least attempt it. All right, 1 second. And we're not looking for another 5, 10, none of that years before this thing gets moving. They're moving fast with this. There's a reason why. Okay, there's a reason why they're trying to move fast with this. But anyway, jumping down to verse 16, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Now, you can't receive something that's not there, right? So what they're doing is they're moving fast to bring this out, out there on the market. Let it be something that people can access, not just in the form of a trial, okay? And once that's the case, just like you had like these companies like Walletmore and all these other companies that are able to use, the plant, not in your brain, but in your hand, to make purchases and all of these things. Once that's out, they can then require everybody to take it for whatever reason that they're going to present. But best believe they're going to come with it. All right, they're going to come with it to people's surprise, whether you believe it or yes. Now, as it says here, to receive it in their right hand or in their foreheads. When you look into the word forehead, in the Greek, the word is metopon, which is the space between your eyes, the forehead. Now, when you look here, they're not going to put this inside of literally your forehead. They're not going to literally like cut the forehead of yours and then put that. No, because the way it's going to function is it's going to need to connect with the signals that your brain is sending, right? So that means it needs to be placed in a specific part of your brain to have access to, interface with it. So that's why the Apostle John said in the foreheads, because that way, if if say somebody went to the store and they wanted to scan whatever it is, if they put this plant if they advance this implant to the point where it's surgically implanted inside of your head and then your hair can grow all around it, like it's literally just inside of your brain, then guess what? They're not going to tell you bow down to us and let us scan the top of your head. Okay, chances are they'll scan your forehead. And that scanner would be able to pick up on the signal would probably be sent back from wherever this implant is back to the scanner if they needed to scan it for any reason. Because when you're controlling something like a keyboard with your mind, there is a signal that's being sent from the device, okay, outward to the keyboard or to the mouse or to whatever it is. And also, that's why the scriptures tell you in Revelation 16, I believe it's 16, that those that take it are going to develop a grievous sore, like a cancerous sore. Why? Because when you have a device inside of your body and that device is wireless, the way that device is going to send information to and from it is going to be through radio frequency, like that's why it's called an RFID, for example, right? It's going to be through radio waves. Radio waves are not, the safest thing in the world. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me see. Do radio waves. Yeah. So let's see. It says taken together, all forms of electromagnetic energy are transferred to as the electromagnetic spectrum. Radio waves and microwaves emitted by transmitting antennas are one form of electromagnetic energy. They are collectively referred to as radio frequency or RF energy or radiation. So guess what? When that's why they tell you not to like put your phone too close to your head and all of that stuff, because the way they send information from wirelessly is through radio frequency or radiation through the air, from one device to another. So now imagine this device is sending those waves from inside of your body outward and also receiving those waves from outside into your body. That's likely not going to really react well with your body. But anyway, regardless of whatever biological reasons there are behind it, the scriptures tell us not to take this, okay, because there's going to be a judgment for receiving this. But we're not excited because we're going to be first in line to go and take this. We're excited because once this comes out, the next step of prophecy can unfold, and like we read earlier, our salvation can come. The Lord can come and deliver us. And what we're hoping for is here in Revelation 3 and 10 that we can qualify for this. Right, as the Lord said, well, through John, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is when they make this and the one that goes into your hand mandatory. Okay, by whatever means. They may tie this to a digital ID, and they may tell you if you don't have a digital ID, you can't do X, Y, and Z. Everybody needs a digital ID. And then the ID comes in the form of this thing, okay, or this thing is going to hold your ID or your social security or bank. All of these things are going to be on this one device, okay. But however they do it, they're going to mandate it, and that's why it's going to be an hour of temptation, because people are going to be tempted to say, you know what, just let me go and take it then. I need to work, I need to live, I need to pay bills, I got to take care of my family. There's going to be all sorts of temptations to receive this device. Okay, but the Lord said here, because we have kept the word of his patience, continuing to do that which is required of us of the Lord, to teach, to remain in the spirit, to do the will of the Lord, he will also keep us in the hour of temptation. The word keep goes back to the Hebrew word shamar, which means to guard. So by whatever means necessary, the Lord is going to prevent us from giving in to the hour of temptation, the us being, Lord willing, the elect, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So something is going to happen, okay? Some event, some driving factor is what they're going to use as this becomes more normalized to mandate it, to make it a requirement. Regardless whether they tie it to a digital ID or whatever it is, they're going to use something to try and mandate this, similar to how they did to mandate the juice, the jump shot. Okay, and when that happens, a lot of people are going to be tested, but only the elect are going to be able to withstand that test. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Just another update on prophecy, okay, where things are going, and it's going to go forward. Okay, regardless of what they say, hey, the first human died or he ended up doing bad. Guess what? Regardless of what they say, it's going to go forward. Why? Because it's prophecy. So with that, Lord willing, that was edifying and informative to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.